One. Hello, everyone. This is Craig Proctor, and welcome to the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Today, my special guest is Tim Evans from the Carol Royce team in Arizona. Tim, how are you doing today?
Doing wonderful. And Craig, thank you so much for having us on. And I just got to put a shout out. We've been with you since 2001, 20 years.
Where does time go? 20 years. And you guys have built an incredible business. Tell everybody about the success you've had in Arizona, and you've spread your marketplace out. Tell us where this journey has taken you with us working together over the last 20 years, where you were then and what it looks like now.
Yeah. So when we first started, we were just a small family team. We were doing about anywhere from $1 million, $1.2 million in GCI, somewhere right in there,
which is fantastic, which is great.
Yeah, it was good, but we just had hit a ceiling and we couldn't go any further. And then the market crashed in 07, 08, as we all know, in Arizona. And I will say that you guys saved our business. There's a gentleman, Brian Pelican, out of Vegas that was doing REOs. You remember that name, Craig?
Yes, I love Brian. Yes. Yeah,
you put us on to him, and he helped us, secure banks, and were called assets at that time, and it was a tough time for us in 07, 08, and we were sinking down into the abyss. But long story short, you guys helped us with that, and saved our business, and then from there, that whole market shifted, as everybody knows, and it's been every year increasing 30, 40, 50%. This year we're on over 100% increase.
All right. So what's the transactions, the volume that you're going to do this year?
Yeah, we'll do close to about 550 transactions at roughly about 180 to 190 million, and roughly about 6 million in GCI.
6 million in GCI. So you were doing $1 million. Now you're doing 6 times that. It's a real business. You've expanded your marketplace all over the place. And today, what are we going to learn? Like I said to you, Tim, but when we got started, we got about a half an hour, 35 minutes here, which doesn't even do us this conversation justice. No. But what are the things that we want to touch on today?
I think the most important thing, and I think what people obviously know that are associated with you, Craig, and the program is systems. You are a very systemized coach, and you have great systems. So what we're going to focus on today is when a seller signs with you, you have the agreement, the systems that go in that whole setting there, so you get a 5-star review. What we've done is we've really taken a lot of the things that have fallen through over the years and process them. And we have a really good system of format. And I think I'll share the video. We have some really good video content. I want to share that with everybody. So you said earlier, there's a way that we can get the video to everybody, right?
Yeah. What we're going to do is we'll put a download in the comments below this video with a link, and you guys will be able to download some of the things that we're referring to today. Some real valuable stuff. So don't forget to download it. So 5-star reviews, you basically took all your experience, all these thousands and thousands of transactions, and you reverse engineered it, right? You're like, okay, here are the people that are giving us a 5-star review. What happened in these situations where these sellers, these buyers were so happy with the process, and how do we replicate it? And you also looked at situations where the seller, maybe wasn't as happy or didn't get results, and you eliminated those things. How long did that process take to really perfect it? So the same things are happening in the same order over and over again to produce a predictable 5-star review.
Yeah, it's a great question. And it's about, what was interesting and we still monitor, and we still have a quality program in place. Annette, Carol, and I, when we get a bad review, we look at it and we see where it breaks down, but that's where it starts. I want to talk about that first, because that's where your business, if there's a breakdown, if there's a communication, or if there's an expectation that wasn't met, it's been as simple as garage door openers. We all have them, right? That weren't left on the counter, or they're missing, and the experience was great, and the new buyer doesn't have the openers, and they want to write a bad review because they're frustrated. Right. So it's like the little things that pop up. We have put, like, when they come and we get those complaints, we process that. It's like, okay, that can never happen again. But that's how you really turn this around, is listening. And just because you get a bad review, pay attention more to those than you do the good ones.
Right. So the bad review is a learning experience.
Yeah.
You're not like a lot of realtors that say, well, that person was a grumbler, and they blame the client instead of taking responsibility. Every time you get a bad review, you're saying, okay, here's something we can learn. Here's a learning opportunity.
Yeah, it's amazing. And the thing that I think we make as just real estate teams and agents, individual agents, we make a big mistake, is that we think that everybody knows the same things that we know. What an attorney closing office is, or what the title company is, or, all these terminologies. And it's amazing, Craig, I will tell you, going through the process, people really don't know or understand. So we put together explanation of everything in video format. So when they do hire us, that goes out, and they can go back and review it at any time if there's any questions. So that's a key thing, is to, I guess, don't ever assume that they know what you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they don't. I mean, we are so close to the fire, doing it hundreds and thousands of times like you, that we assume knowledge on behalf of the prospect or client, which usually there's things that get missed. So communication is so huge. And I know you've got an amazing process to communicate with the prospects, to the clients, right through closing. And then you never stop communicating with your clients, right? Like they don't become past clients. They're just like clients forever, because after closing and years down the road, tell us about that. How do you communicate with the buyers and sellers months and years after the transaction?
Yeah, that's a great, and this is such great, what's a great podcast. And back in 16, 15, we were very transactional. And going through the coaching and coming to the conferences, you guys said something that really resonated with us. That client should be with you until death do you part, either you or them. But until that happens, that client should be with you, right?
Right.
And so that really resonated with us, because after the transaction back in 2015, 2016, we did hundreds of transactions. They just sort of went away. But now we have a raving fan program. We have the in-house news, Homeward Bound. We have all these different touches that we're touching people, and for a good cause, how they can help a great cause. We have several very good causes out there. When they refer, that helps the community, it helps families, it helps people, and whatnot. Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a minute. So every time a buyer seller does business with you, you're making a donation to a worthy cause, something that's important to you, something you believe in the community. And that is forms part of your marketing. It also makes it easier to get referrals, because
100%.
you're, like most realtors, it's pretty self-serving, right? Hey, Tim, do you know anybody? Do you know anybody? Do you know anybody that knows anybody? So it's an easier conversation when you can say, hey, if you know anybody that's thinking of buying or selling, we take a portion of every referral we get, and we refer to this charity. We call this referral worthy cause marketing. And so the referral marketing is embedded in everything that you do. It's just like right from the listing agreement, the buyer agreement, everybody knows about who you're going to donate money to, what your special charities or causes are. You've become a pretty big part of your community. Like everybody knows who you are. They know what you're about. They know what makes you different than the other realtors. Talk about some of your points of differentiation. Like there's a gazillion realtors in your marketplace. Why do you do so well?
That's amazing. That's a great question. Lead into that is, first and foremost, what we do around the community from a charitable standpoint. People really nowadays, I think, want to be associated, want to lean into people that stand for something, has a culture, has a value. It's just not about taking the transaction, taking the money and saying, okay, thank you, see you. And then, hey, by the way, give me a referral. They want to be a part of something bigger and something more than what just the company is out there. So that is a big thing that differentiates us. And this is funny. This is something I'll give you a little nugget on. We just put on or have a charitable cause with a dog, an animal shelter housing dog and cats and their overflow. And so we're helping those animals get to good homes. And so all that stuff resonates with people.
Right. So right away, if you're an animal lover, like my wife, that would get her
my
attention.
wife.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing job, really, just growing this business. How many people are on your team now?
It's pretty interesting, Craig. So it's not like we have hundreds of people. We have 15 agents.
But super efficient. Like, to get the results that you're getting with just 15 people is pretty amazing. I hear of some teams, they got 50 or 100 agents to do your production. Like, you're pretty lean and
Yes.
and well organized. And let's shift to like the onboarding. Like, you've got really this amazing onboarding system, so that when you recruit people, it's going to work because you're doing that training and onboarding right from the get-go, which you didn't always have, right?
So no. And you just learn. So, but this is all through your system, Craig. You have this material, and it's just like, you're always saying copy. And I can't reiterate that enough, is like, get in and learn your site, your material, because it's all right there. But yes, the onboarding process we didn't have, and it was a mess. We were, Annette's back here shaking her head at me like, yep. It was a mess.
Well, it's easy. It's easy because you were busy, right? I mean,
yeah.
For realtors who are watching this right now, I mean, look, when you get busy, that's when you need your team. You don't need it. If you're not busy, you don't need a team. You don't need to be recruiting and hiring. So what happens is the marketing that we teach works, and Tim and the Carol Royce team are generating more and more leads. How many leads do you generate like in a month right now?
Well, we will generate probably 50 to 60 seller and buyer appointments. Now, I don't really call them leads, but I'm calling face-to-face, come list me's, or, hey, I want to buy.
Right. Not scrape leads. This is like an actual appointment at someone's house. So 50 or 60 a month. So, I mean, look, it's like impossible to do all of that as a single solo agent. So you've got a really great system to recruit and hire and train and manage. And it all starts with the onboarding. Those of you that have a team that are watching this, I think you'd all agree. We all start off like disorganized, right? So when you hire your first person, you don't know what you're doing, and you learn an awful lot. And obviously, if you're disorganized when you bring on your team members, then it hurts their ability to succeed. And one of the things that was great for me in my real estate career is not just getting good people; it was keeping them. I kept, a lot of them, Tim, are still with me today.
They're still with you, but you produce, you have value, you have culture. Craig, you got a heart of gold, and people resonate and keep that. And I know that about you. For as long as we know, you care about people, but you provide the value, you provide the stability. And that's where, like, the leads, the appointments, the system produces appointments. Like, so I see a lot of teams here in the Valley. I know a lot of teams nationally. There's different models out there, big prospecting models. And I just want to talk about this real quick. We don't run any prospecting other than through our marketing. Our marketing does the work for us. It creates the appointments. It's all Craig. It's all your benefits and guarantees and the USPs that we run. And we run several of them. And USPs are there for you through the system to take advantage of. If you're running one USP, I would say, hey, sharpen up, run 2 or 3, because it's amazing. USPs speak differently to clientele. And it's amazing how much more you can take in with USPs. So anyways, that said, I don't have any ISAs. We don't prospect. We just receive phone calls. Phone calls come in and say, hey, come list my house. Come list my house. Come list my house. And that's how it works here.
How would everyone like that? Did everyone hear what Tim said? There's no outbound calls to cold leads. There's no door knocking. There's no cold calling. There's none of what most agents do. 100% of Tim's, Carol Royce team's business is incoming business, where through the strength of their marketing, prospects are chasing them. They're not, they may be returning a call, but all the inquiries are inbound. They're coming to the Carol Royce team. And you mentioned USP, the initials USP, just so if you don't know what that stands for. Yeah, unique selling. I mean, this is Craig Proctor internal language.
And I'm sorry. Yes. And I need to, I forget the audience.
So a USP is your unique selling proposition. It's like the big reason why people would choose to do business with you versus your competitors. And, it can't be, a generic statement like I work hard or I'm experienced or I'm
a good guy or whatever.
Right. That's what everybody else is doing. So, so this is what we teach in the Craig Proctor system is we teach you very powerful marketing. So people contact you instead of you chasing them. And on the strength of this marketing, people know who you are and what makes you different and better than the other realtors that you compete against. So it makes the selling or convincing part sort of easy when people are coming to you basically pre-sold.
And I just want to comment something too. And it doesn't matter, like with your material, Craig, and we've been doing it for a long, it doesn't matter if it's on a digital campaign, Google, Facebook, Instagram. It doesn't matter if it's on a postcard, newsletter, or if it's on radio, TV, all these different outlets, right? That reaches. It's amazing. It works on every platform, and you can do whatever you like from a budget standpoint. And that's the beauty of it is, if you have to start small, that's what we did. And you could let it grow. And once all the problems go away, when you have appointments, you have great leads, you have appointments, people say, hey, come talk to me about selling my house. It's amazing. Just problems tend to go away in your business.
Yeah, great marketing. I love that. Great marketing will cure whatever problem you're having in your business right now. Great marketing will fix that up for you. Just like that. So your unique selling proposition, the offers that you make in your marketing are really important. I hear realtors say, postcard, direct mail doesn't work, or Facebook doesn't work, or Google doesn't work. And what they need to understand is it's the offer. If you've got a weak offer, a bad offer, it doesn't matter what media you use. It's just not going to work. I mean, the job of the postcard is to get delivered, right? That's the job of the postcard,
right?
Right. The job of the ad on Facebook is to get in the news feed. So we help you improve your offers, understanding that the offer must be based on what it is that buyers and sellers really want. And then we make it easy and non-threatening for the prospects to get what they want. And then we retarget these leads. And so they know who you are, what makes you different and better. And eventually, once they fall into the Craig Proctor marketing net, eventually they're going to contact us. And you've got enough of them contacting you that you don't have to do any cold calling, traditional.
No. And that's the beautiful thing about it is I know a lot of people prospect and more today. I was watching a commercial this morning. It's like, stop spam, put this app up, stop unwanted calls. More and more people are looking for privacy. They don't want to be bothered. They go inside their gate, shut the gate. They go inside the garage, shut the garage, and then you never see them again. And they don't want to be bothered. They don't want any solicitations and whatnot. But yet we do the things that most people don't want. But
that's honestly, it's what most realtors are taught. They're taught to do the traditional things that are working less and less because people don't answer their phone. Even buying leads. I mean, so many realtors are spending a fortune buying leads from Zillow and Realtor. And in a lot of cases, are they really leads or is this just scraped information? Look, two things, right? The prospect doesn't want to answer the phone. And you don't want to be calling them over and over again if they're not answering the phone. So it's more important today than ever before to reverse the prospecting process. We call it the ARP system, the automatic reverse prospecting system. This is the direct response system with the right offer that's going to cause buyers and sellers to contact you in such big numbers that, Tim, you have this luxury of choice. You don't even have to, you couldn't even work with them all, nor do you want to.
Many of them we don't.
Yeah. Once you get to that point where you've got too many buyers and sellers, you then become the rejecter. You then decide, okay, who's worthy of me? Who are the most motivated, the most sincere, the most qualified buyers and sellers, which explains why you can hit such huge numbers without a really big team. I mean, 15 people, agents to to do these big numbers, that's an efficient team. And, I had a super efficient team like that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And I want to say something too, Craig, because you hit on something I want to reiterate. 4 years ago, we stopped buying Zillow leads. We stopped buying realtor.com leads. We stopped buying pay-per-click AdWords through commissioning. We stopped it. And I will say one thing that it is pretty impressed. We put your system to the test. We put your system to the test, and it has not failed. Matter of fact, it got better. When you start relying on somebody else's marketing, that is a death trap. And I really want to point that out. You want to be the person in control of your marketing. You want to be the person that's generating that lead, because at any point in time, they could change the goalpost on you and saying how leads are distributed or how much they want to get paid for that lead. You're not in control of that. And we all know that that's what happens out there. So anyways, back 5 years ago, we stopped it, and we just totally ran your system, the CP system. And that's what's producing the results today.
Okay. Two really important things there. Be your own marketing director.
Yep.
Take Tim's advice. Don't abdicate the marketing. As soon as you abdicate the marketing, like there's no bigger rainmaker activity than being the marketing director, really like getting involved. Like Tim is involved. He understands what's going on. He understands how it works. He knows his numbers. Too many realtors, there's nothing wrong with delegation, but we're talking about realtors abdicating their marketing. They don't really understand what's going on. They're buying leads. They're paying a lot of money to these lead generation companies. And honestly, it's not necessary. And you're, like Tim says, you're always going to be dependent on how they operate. And the quality of the leads aren't that good. You're never going to get the best leads you're ever going to get are the ones that you
That's
create
right.
yourself.
Yeah. And I think we all know that deep down inside, but we have well, let's go that way. It's easier. I can just, cop out of this and not have to do it and not put the work into it. But the key is to put the work into it, is to get in to the coaching, get into CP, get into their system and learn it. And that's there. It's just there waiting for you to take everything in. And the other thing, Craig, I will tell you, this year has been a big eye opener for us is our conversion. We were converting and it was something, as a business evolves, it's something from when you have enough leads and you have overabundance leads, like you convert at 50% and you're still running a pretty good business. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that one got away or that one got away. That's okay. There'll be another one coming in the next 20, 30 minutes. What I'll share with you is that through your system and through your training and that what you have taught of developed, Craig, is the best conversion material put on the face of this earth. So we've really dived into that purposely. And we've moved our conversion up from 50% up to almost, we're at 76% right now on that. Yeah. 78%,
which is massively huge. I mean, look, if you look at the money,
millions of dollars
falls off the table by agents not having a proper follow-up system. So yeah, mistake number one is abdicating your lead generation, like not being your own marketing director. And then number two, generating leads and having a weak or substandard follow-up system. So if you fix those two things, you've got a totally different business and a very profitable business. Most realtors don't have an automatic lead generation system. They really don't have a proper lead generation, and even less have a powerful conversion system. Once you get those in place, and then, next is your presentation and making sure all your agents are using, the ultimate listing presentation and the buyer presentations. So these are all systems. Like, you talk about the Craig Proctor system. What do you think makes my system, the Craig Proctor system, different than all the other coaching and gurus? And there's, every time I go to my newsfeed, Tim, there's a brand new, freshly minted coach, someone who have never sold real estate or have had relative or, very temporary success.
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think you hit on it right just at the end there. There's many of these coaches, and, we talk to them. We have other teams that we associate with and we see how they're doing. And I can name off a few, but I won't. But it's just funny. These coaches, you look them up, they've never sold real estate before.
It's crazy to me, right? If I wanted to become a better golfer, I'd want to hang out and learn from someone who's played golf. But I'm amazed that nobody does any research into who they're taking advice from, and that they would learn from someone that's never had a real estate license, never had a buyer or seller on their car.
Through the late 80s, through the 90s, through the 2000, all the way up to 2000. Now, you are still selling real estate. You are still generating leads. You're in the business. You understand, and the business evolves. I will say this: it does evolve. Things do happen. There's disruptors that come in. Phoenix, if you don't know, is one of the disruptors everywhere in our marketplace, and that's another test there. You might be in a market that doesn't have any disruptors, but let me tell you, they may be coming, and you want to be with the coaching program that will withstand that. And that's what Craig's system does. It has withstood all the disruptors, the Zillows of the world, the OfferPads, the Open Doors, 72, so all of these companies. It goes toe to toe with them, and you still get your share of business right from all of these companies that are out there just killing all the other real estate agents out there, and we're just clipping along and still growing just as big as ever. So anyways, I'll let you take that away, Craig.
Well, of course, Tim, you and I and all the Craig Proctor system members, we like disruption because we are disruptors on our own. We are disruptors. So that's what made me successful 30 years ago and still makes me successful today is constant disruption. We don't look at it as a threat. We're looking at it as, okay, where's the opportunity here for us to take some market share? Now, Tim, if I'm in Arizona and I'm interested in what you've had to say here today, and perhaps I'm interested in maybe talking to you about joining your team, how would I reach you?
Yeah, if you would like to talk to me further, have any questions, one nice thing about the Craig Proctor members, and the members have been with you for a long time, Craig, the Rudys, the Tracys, the Jims, all of the, I can go on and on. We are an open book, and that's what makes this a family. And I can honestly say that we will share anything that we can to help your business. That's what we're about. That's what the culture of Craig is about, is to help people. And that's where his heart is. And he's been a great servant leader for us. So if you need to reach out to me, my number, I'll give you my direct number. It's 602-703-8841. And if I can help you in any which way feasible, I definitely will. We've got some great onboarding videos. We've got such good materials, Craig, that we've produced over the years. And it's all due to coming to your conferences, talking to people and you, and coming up with a lot of these systems that we have right now.
So Tim, what we'll do is we'll have a link in the comments, and you can share some of the material. So if you're turned on by this and you want to get some more information about what Tim does, how he does it, we will have a link in the comments, and you can download some information. And if you would like to have a free breakthrough call with me and my team, you can go to proctorcall.com. So my name, proctorcall.com. We call it a breakthrough call because, Tim, agents usually have something holding them back. When you do this breakthrough call with my team and I, what we ask real estate agents is we have a questionnaire they fill out at the beginning, a little intake form. And we ask agents a lot of questions about where they are now and what their biggest struggles are. And we also ask them, like, where would you like to be? Where do you want to go? What's your vision for where you'd like your business to go? So the thing is most agents can clearly tell us, here's where I am now. Here's the biggest struggles I'm having. And here's where I'd like to go. So we talk about on this breakthrough call, how to remove these obstacles, right? Because if you know where you are now and you know where you want to go, and if we could help you go around this obstacle, remove this obstacle, you'd be able to reach the goal that you really have. And that's so important because your business really dictates so many things in your life. How much money you make dictates where you live, and where your kids go to school and what kind of car you drive and where you go on vacation and how often you go on vacation. So there's just little tweaks that I've learned over the last 30 years working with over 30,000 agents, super successful agents like Tim Evans here of the Carol Royce team. Do yourself a favor. There's no downside. It's free of charge to book this call at proctorcall.com. We'll talk for 45 minutes, ask you a bunch of questions. And if you like what we have to say and you'd like to continue on and work with me in some regard, that's fine. And if not, we just had a great conversation and we got to know each other. So proctorcall.com, go there now. That's how Tim started. We started with a conversation.
Yeah, and I'll say this, just everything that we've done that has blessed our business, that we've had great merit with, and I can say this with all the heart, is that we said yes to it. When I look back and things we said no to, like not copying, not taking the material, it didn't give us merit. And it's like, I should have done that, 5 years ago. Everything that turned out good with you, Craig, and is because we said yes. And that's a powerful word in where you are in your business right now. If you're frustrated, or even if you're a family team or a husband-wife team, or even a larger team, and you just feel like you're sort of trapped, say yes. And I will tell you, that's a big game changer.
If I want to find you on social media, your website, like where else can I find you if I want to do a little research?
Yeah, if you'd like to see, probably the best, Tim Evans, I have my personal page, but I would say the Carol Royce team, go look us up there. You can see a lot of things we do, a lot of work we do in the community. You see it just comes alive through our Facebook page, the Carol Royce team. And that's a good place to start and experience what we do.
Give us your cell number one more time if people want to reach out to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sorry, I should have said it twice. This is, by the way, where we do our radio recording and studio. So always
that's a good looking studio.
So I always do give the number twice. I just blew it. It's 602-703-8841. That's 602-703-8841.
All right. Direct cell number for Tim Evans of the Carol Royce team. Now,
okay. So
final question, Tim.
Yes.
What piece of advice or what final thoughts would you like to give realtors watching this interview?
I think there's always a thought, and I've been there. We know, like, we could be doing something more. We could be making bigger impacts with our community. We could be making bigger impacts with our team and people we come in contact with. Our sellers, we can make big impacts there. We make big impacts with our vendors, the business we share with our vendors and our vendor directory. I think there's just more out there. We're put on this earth to do more, and I believe that. And if you feel like you're just not you're hitting that stride, there is a path there. Craig has set this in front of us, and Craig, you have. And you've put all this to light. You're in the business. This is your system we run. And there's just more to life. It's a lifestyle than just a real estate business or a real estate team or just being an individual agent. And that's probably the things I want you to consider moving forward. And like I said, you got to say yes. If you don't, the opportunity slips by. And I believe this good Lord opens up doors, and he opens up for a short period of time, and then they close. And this is a door open for you right now to go through and walk through it and to be a part of this amazing. And here's a cool thing about this, Craig. I remember Rudy when he first came. Now, Rudy is an immigrant. We know Rudy, right?
No, Rudy Kusuma is in California. Yep. He came to the U.S. As a student, barely spoke English. What's Rudy Kusuma? He's probably going to do what, $8-10 million? $10 million.
Yeah. And a superhuman being. I remember his first day that he came into the coaching program, his eyes were like this, and he was like, wow. But everybody embraced Rudy. Everybody, here's the amazing thing that I will say. Now Rudy is one of the top leaders in the program, one of the top teachers. And this was just 4 or 5 years ago. And now this is the cool thing. Many of us are learning from Rudy. That's how it works. Is you become something special and we learn from you. And that's the beauty of it. I never take a soul or a person and downlook or any of that, because I know one day we'll learn from you, or we'll learn from you right away, like Rudy's case. And that's the cool thing about it.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to share your success here, Tim. And I know for you, this has never been about the money. It's about the game. And you love real estate. You love team building. You love marketing. You love strategy. You love working on your business and making it bigger and better and work better. So thank you so much for being with us,
Craig,
here.
Thank you. And we love you for what you've done. And if anybody doesn't, I've known Craig a long time, but I know where your heart is. And that's the cool thing. You would help anybody succeed, and you've got it right there in front of us. So good job, and we love you for everything you've given to us.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Tim Evans, Carol Roy's team in Arizona. Look them up, and if you want to book a free breakthrough call, free no obligation breakthrough call with me and my team, it's
great.
proctorcall.com, proctorcall.com, and Tim and I will download some more information about what he does in the comments below.
Yes, I'll send you guys some great materials, some great video materials. I know we got to run, but be on the lookout for them. And please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate. I will answer my phone. Call me. I'm always here to help.
Thank you so much, Tim. And thank you everybody for watching
everybody.
the Craig Proctor Show.